happy playdate video for you. That's the sketch I'm going to be using today. And first you're going to see me draw some circles. I do not have like a big circle die or like a nice circle cutter, so bowls and stuff work just fine for me for now. I mean, obviously this is a quick process. I just do 3. And this is going to be, instead of using that circle, a big circle, I'm going to be using 3 of these small circles. Sorry for the squeaky chair. So apparently something happened to the file of the first splatters that I put on, but I used some pinks, and then this is a silvery gold type of color that I made. It was supposed to be gold, but I think it looks a little bit more silvery. But it looks really cute. It looks very similar to like a sand color. So here I'm going to use that stencil. And I really wanted to keep this nice and light and airy. I'm going to try to do simple. That is very hard for me, but I really think that this picture just says it needs to be simple. So I'm going to trim this down a little bit. And it's a picture of my daughter from the other day when we went to the beach. And the girls were making sand angels. So I'll go into a little bit more of that in a minute. So here I'm looking to figure out how I want these circles, how best I think to put them to look like a circle, but to look nice and uniform, and so you can see a little bit of all of it. So I have an idea of where I'm going to put them, and so I wanted to put the stencil on both sides, the top and the bottom. And so, and I'm using like a neon pink, and then that other color that I'm using is a pink color from the color box Cat's Eye, and that's a pigment ink. I'm not sure about the neon. I'm guessing maybe it's a pigment ink, but I don't know. This pad is a little bit more chalk-like the Prima Chalk inks, the pigment ones from the color box. That's what they remind me a little bit more than the neon ones. Are closer to like the distress type inks. And so there's strips, you can see that that's the sketch. I just re-showed it. So there's about 3 lines on the page. And I'm trying to keep this simple. So I'm going to use some washi tape, which I hear some applauses are like, yay, like hallelujahs or something, because I barely ever use washi tape, and especially not a big piece like this. So, you know, the washi tape gods are happy with me. I don't know. But I really thought the washi tape would be a good layer, and then I could use layers behind my photo, but it didn't feel like it was paper heavy. I really was trying to keep this light. I mean, I know I said that already. So here's where I kind of think that those are going to look the best. I ink them with the same ink that is from the stencil. And so here I'm going to make sure there's enough tape on it, because I know I'm not really going to stick anything underneath it. So, and for that vellum, and that's from the Poolside collection, it's the specialty vellum. I really wanted to use those. And you'll see me come back to play around with them, because I was going to get those flowers on. One of the things that we wanted to use was the sketch, and then I said, hey, why don't we try to throw in some wood veneer, because I know I have a ton of wood veneer, and sometimes I don't use it that much. Sometimes I do, but I will admit that I kind of failed on the wood veneer aspect, because I couldn't find wood veneer that I thought really... I have boats, but this really doesn't say boats to me. So I'm going to use that paper as part of a layer, and that is from the Poolside collection. I use a lot of stuff from the Poolside collection because I bought it and I really haven't dug into it because I've been doing a lot of other stuff, and I really wanted to just use it because it's so pretty. So that one is called Heat Wave, just FYI. It has like different ledger type pieces in like triangles to make a square. So here I'm taking mostly pinks and neutral colors to create the layers. I really like this idea of having pinks, white, and gold. So it's pretty much taking the colors from the photo and putting it into the layers and onto the layout. I think this is one fun way to interpret a type of a photo onto a layout, is take the colors that you see, and especially this really only has white, sand, and pink. Like, that's what you see. So because those are really the only colors in the photo, it really helps make the layout pop when you have the same colors. Now, you can't do that for every single, picture that you do. I don't know about you guys. Well, I have some photos where my kids are wearing tons of different things, and you can't do that with this. But this kind of picture, it just has those three colors. So, and the sand looks so much like gold here. The sand at this beach that we're at, which is, I don't have the name of it. But this is where the pipeline is. So this is where they do a lot of the surfing in the wintertime. In the summer, it's a little bit tamer, but really you can only put your feet in with the kids because the rip tide is so strong here. I mean, when you see the waves coming in, it comes in like diagonal. I mean, it doesn't even come straight at you. So you already know when you see it that you're like, wow. But it's beautiful water. Anyway, so I do ink all the edges just to kind of help it tie in together. And I keep the layers really nice and tight so that it doesn't overwhelm the layout. Now, I had that piece that says love you, and it's white, and I would have loved to have used that because I think the white would have looked really good, but I don't know, I couldn't get it on there and make it work. I really wanted to keep this simple, even though I was using the sketch, and I thought about using those butterflies, and here's the reason why I didn't use the butterflies. It really had nothing to do with the layout whatsoever. I mean, yes, it's a picture of my daughter looking really cute, and even the flower didn't, but the flower had the pink glitter on it from another layout that I did with glitter. So I thought that at least the flower with the pink on it made a little bit more sense. But I really do like those butterflies. I really just didn't think that it worked with the concept. So I'm going to add a few strips of paper up there because on the sketch it has some stuff up there, and it would help tie in some of the layers and stuff that I have on or near the photo. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And I really have to think and work hard with how I wanted to put the papers because I didn't want to, once again, overwhelm this layout. And so I'm trying to think, okay, if I was a minimalist, what would I do? And because I am not. I mean, even with this, I think I went a little crazy with some stuff, but it is very different than what I usually do. So I thought about using that other strip, and then I think, maybe I'll use the vellum because I have the vellum underneath. And so I cut a strip of that, and I am going to just use my ATG, and I kind of hide where I have the ATG underneath that banner flag looking thing piece.
underneath the plus sign. So I like the way that that looks. It adds another layer, but it's not too much because it's the vellum. And so I have these Freckle Fawn gold sticker things, and they're beautiful. So I want to add one of those, and then I realized that if I put that one there, it looks really cool. So I wanted to use one of those pink bows too, because those were so cute. I have such a hard time using those bows. So here's the thicker time. Oh, I decided to commit to that flower there. That's when I decide to commit. It does look cute there. The glitter on it with the hot pink ties a lot of stuff together. So I'm using two different kinds of thickers here, and I'm using the Jingle thickers. Those are the ones I'm putting on right now. And they do have glitter on them. It's like a white glitter. And then I'm going to use the Dear Lizzie Fox thickers that are gold. And I'm using the title Sand Angels because that's what my girls were doing. So my girls pretty much don't remember snow at all. When we were in El Paso, it snowed maybe a few times, and I don't really think they remember. So what do kids who don't know what snow is like and live in a tropical place and want to see snow do? They make snow angels in the sand. At first I realized that I put snow, and then I'm like, wait, that's wrong. So I have to go back through. Thankfully, I had all the other letters. And I decided that I liked the bigger font with the gold better. They had the smaller ones, too, so I could have did lowercase, but I didn't like the way that that looked. So, yeah. So my girls were completely cute. Both of them were doing it, and this picture was one of the ones that came out the best from... I took a few pictures. I tried to get a picture of what it looked like in just the sand with the sand angel, but it didn't turn out as good. And that sand at this beach, I know I was saying this earlier, I totally got sidetracked, is really, really thick sand. It's like almost like rock. Like mini, like the coral and the rocks and the sand because of the strong current. And actually at this beach I found a lot of sea glass there, which is really cool. So here's what I decide to use instead of using the flower is that, so first I was like, maybe I'll put it there because that pinwheel has pink and it has gold. So it was perfect there. And I got those dimensional stickers because they're so cute. So I need to use them because otherwise they'll just sit in my stash and look cute. So there was a sticker that said hot, and the day was really hot, so I figured. And sand was hot. So I just add a few stickers. There's not too many that really I think were all pink that I thought pertained to the layout. So I just added a couple. And once again, I am trying to keep this really, really simple. So as I'm seeing all this stuff and I'm trying to figure out what to put, where to put it to keep it simple, but make it, add to the layout. And I thought that that one pink wood button near the sand looked really good because that was an open space that I thought needed to be filled, but I wanted to put something there on purpose. So here I'm using some Prima gems and some other enamel dots, and then I believe that is it. So don't forget to go check out Alicia's video and see how she uses a sketch. I really love doing this challenge with her, and it's really fun for us to just scrap together but separately. So I will see you later and have a great day. Bye guys.